Hey guys, welcome to LZH project. My name is Salman Francis and this is server edition of our LZH project. And in today's video we will see how to replicate our data with Glusterfs. This is going to be an interesting video because it's totally new stuff and I hope you guys will enjoy. So what is Gluster anyway? Glusterfs is a file system which you can see it's really scalable. You can scale it to petabytes of data or size. It helps you build a scalable network storage with replication. So we can make a high performance data storage with ease. And best of all, it's open source. So let's start. But before I start the configuration, I would like to mention that what's my scenario at the moment. We are using CentOS 7 system, and you can see that with cat of etc CentOS release. Okay, I have these two machines. One is Gluster 1 and the other is Gluster 2. Okay, Gluster 1 has IP address of 192.168.1.3 and Gluster 2 has IP address of 192.168.1.4. So I can show you Gluster 2 also. Here it is, and IP addr show will reveal that it's 192.168.1.4. okay. Both of them have host entries of each other. For example, in etc hosts I have added 192.168.1.3 Gluster 1.internal and Gluster 2 196.1.4 is for Gluster 2, and same in, like, if you go to Gluster 1 and in etc hosts, so they have both of them have these entries, so that's where they can ping to their names. Okay, so both have host entries, both IP addresses, and they can ping. And for the moment I have stopped firewall. I have masked the IP tables as well. I'll show you how you can mask IP tables. You can do system ctl mask IP tables, okay, and system ctl stop firewall d, and you need to go to etc se linux config and make sure that se linux is disabled. You have to repeat these steps in both of the nodes. So what we are going to do is we are going to make a 2-node cluster which will do replication, and you will understand replication in a moment if you are not familiar with it. So okay, the good practice is always to replicate your, like, for example, in this scenario in this demo I'm only using one hard drive, and the good practice is you should install operating system on one hard drive, and you should install another hard drive, a slave hard drive, where you can store your data. But in this demo I'm just going to do it on a single drive. Okay, so to install Gluster you need to make sure that you have all the required packages. But first you need to go to this install yum-y wget first. Okay, I have already installed it, and then you need to go to this repository, go to this etc yum.repos.d, and then okay, yeah, you need to download this repository. It's http download.gluster.org, EUB Gluster, Glusterfs, latest CentOS, Glusterfs-epel.repo. Okay, just wget it. I have already installed it, and once you are done, you need to do perform the same task on both systems. Okay, so once you are done, you will use yum-y install, and make sure you have updated the system with yum-y update. I have already updated, but so it's not asking me to do anything, but you need to install updates or update the system with yum-y update. Okay, like this. Okay, once you are done, you just go to OPT, clear the screen, and yum-y install Glusterfs, Glusterfs-fuse, Glusterfs-server. Okay, so these are the three packages you need to install. I have already installed them, so you can see that these are installed, but you need to install all of these packages. Okay, once you are done, and please don't forget that you need to perform the same task on both machines. So let me try to use tmux instead of like going from server to server, or if you guys are good with this, like maybe, okay, let me use this. So again, we need to install repository here, but I have already installed it. You can check with this. Over here you can see that glusterfs.epel.repo is already there, and yum-y install glusterfs, glusterfs-fuse, glusterfs-server. Okay, they are already installed. Okay, good. Now what we need to do is, let me go to, okay, once it's done, you need to make sure that you create one directory. In OPT, I have already created this data directory, but let me create another directory. Make directory Gluster data. Okay. Okay, good. And on both machines. Okay, let me use tmux. It's better, I guess. Control B. Okay, that's much better. And let me SSH into 192.168.1.4. Okay, now this is much better. Let me minimize. Okay, so now we have Gluster 1 and Gluster 2 in both single screen. Okay, now what we need to do is, I have already created a directory in OPT for Gluster 1. Now I need to go in Gluster 2 and create a directory Gluster data. Okay, now both of them have these directories. Okay, now what I need to do is, let's go to, we need to start glustered systemctl start glustered daemon. Okay, and we need to enable it also. Okay, good. a systemctl status of Gluster will reveal that it's active and running. Okay, same thing on the next machine, systemctl start Glustered and status. Okay, let me start it with less, and it's active and running. Okay, good. And we need to enable it as well. Okay, cool. So now we have a running system. Okay, what we need to do now is we will go to type Gluster on our first node. Let me clear the screen first. Okay, and I'll type here peer probe and Gluster2. Okay, it's a success. Host Gluster2 port, because I have already did this earlier, so that's why it's in the list, but when you will type it for the first time it will say that success. Okay, that's good. And now we can use pool list, and you can see that Gluster2 is in the pool list. Okay, that's good. And now what we need to do is, okay, now we need to create the volume, and because we are using we need to make a replica, we will use this command in Gluster, volume create, and you can call it anything. I'll call it glust_vol, and then it's a replica of 2 nodes, and the transport type is TCP. And where is the directory? It's in Gluster1. It's called opt / what was the name of that Gluster data, I guess. Let me check. Yeah, it's Gluster data. Okay. Excuse me. And then space, and it's going to be Gluster2 opt, and it's going to be Gluster data force. Okay, it's success. So glust volume has been created. Okay, now we need to start this volume, and you can start it with volume start glust vol. Press enter. Okay, perfect. So now this volume is started, and you can check with volume info, and you can see that we have actually 2. One is the first one which I created. So let me just go out of this and I'll show you here. You can also run commands of Gluster, like out of Gluster prompt Gluster volume info, and with less. Here you go, Gluster1 opt and Gluster data. So okay, good. If we go to this opt and Gluster data, you will see here a new directory, but it's not created yet. Okay, I think okay, let me go back. Actually, I think I did some mistake. So let's delete that volume. First of all, volume stop glust vol. Okay, yes. Okay, now volume delete glust vol. Okay, now we will create it again. Volume create glust vol, and it's a replica of 2 nodes. Transport is TCP, gluster1 opt/gluster data. Okay, here we need to mention the same gluster actually. Then gluster2 with opt/gluster data and gluster with force. Okay, now it's good. So volume start gluster. Okay, good enough. Now exit, and now here we are. This was not created earlier, and now we are good to go. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to mount this volume, so to a mount point. So let's go to mount directory and make dir gluster volume. Okay, you need to do it on both servers. So mnt gluster, we can name it anything. Okay, good. Okay, so now on server 1 and server 2 we need to mount this. Okay, so we use a mount -t and the type is Glusterfs. It's a Gluster file system, and the name is Gluster1, and the volume was Gluster volume. If I remember, volume. Yeah, I forgot the E actually, and that's why it's okay. So, and we are going to mount it to Gluster volume. Okay, something went wrong. This is volume. Oh, Glust wall actually. Yeah. What was, yeah, it was Glust wall. That was the volume we created. Yep. Okay, and on our server 2 we will use the same mount -t. File system is Glusterfs, and it's Gluster2, and the volume name which we created was GlustVol, and we are going to mount it to Gluster volume. Okay, good enough. So now you will understand what replication do. Okay, so let's go to this mount Gluster volume. At the moment you can see there's nothing on server 2, and on server 1 there's nothing. So let me touch a file, sal.txt. Okay, and I need to add some text here. Sorry, this is a wonderful software. Okay, save and quit, and now it's time for magic. There we have it. A similar file exists, and what are the content of this file? This is a wonderful software. So that's what replication do. And now I hope you guys have a better understanding that what a powerful software this is. By this software you can just make petabyte of data storage. You can do tons of things. You can save your data. You can replicate your data automatically on the other server. You can do it over network. You can do it over drives. You can do whatever you want to do with your data. You can make it really secure. This is one of the best thing I have ever come across. It's just like DRBD, but it's really fast. This is faster than DRBD, and it's really simple to set up. So that's how you set up simple Gluster cluster replication on a 2-node. This is a 2-node cluster. You can make it 3-node, 4-node, whatever your choices are. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and hope to see you soon. And guys, one more thing I would like to mention before I leave is that in order to make it permanent, you need to make entries into FSTab. Okay, so if you have any questions, please do comment, and I'll try to reply with the answers. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one. God bless.